Good evening and welcome to the Almaty Arena here in Almaty, Kazakhstan for the 28th Winter Universiade here in January of 2017. My name is Doug McLean, and Kelsey Wright-Johnson and I will be bringing you this opening ceremony to kick off these 28 games. And Kelsey, as we take a look at the arena here right in front of us, and we're just about ready to go, it seems like everyone is finally, things are now happening. We're all set and geared up for what should be a great couple weeks.
It does not look like there is a seat open other than that section of seats up there for the athletes once they parade around the arena here. Speaking of the arena a little bit, 12,000 seats here for spectators to watch this opening, closing ceremonies, as well as curling and figure skating later on in the games.
This will be a busy place. Many venues spread out within the city of Almaty, but then of course outside in the mountain region just a little bit to the south of us here in the city. But nice thing about the venues here in Almaty, for the most part, everything is quite compact, so not real difficult for athletes, for spectators to move around. We're right close, the Almaty Arena, right next to the Athletes Village. And it too, like I said, very central for the most part, so that makes it very nice for the athletes, officials, media, everyone. You don't have to move around too far.
8 venues in all for 12 disciplines and sports here for the Universiade. This venue here is the biggest one of this Universiade. Includes halls for boxing, wrestling, table tennis, a whole bunch of other things. After the Universiade, it will be used for training professional athletes as well as public skating.
And tonight, here at the opening ceremony, this is the culmination of many years of work. It was back on November 29th, 2011, when Almaty was named as the host city for these 2017 Winter University Games. Trentino in Italy at that time was competition. They backed out, although ended up hosting in 2013 when Maribor, Slovenia had to withdraw. So a lot of work has been built up to this point, and we've been around, Kelsey, the last couple days and talking to volunteers and seeing some of the FISU staff, and it's a lot of work, you can tell, but you also get the sense that people are happy that it's just here. We're ready to go, ready to see everything actually come to fruition. This
is the largest city in Kazakhstan. They're not strangers to hosting big events. However, 2011 Asian Winter Games were held in this city, and you can kind of tell the organization and everyone coming together, tons of volunteers. Obviously the arena packed here tonight. They're used to having that big sporting event here, and this one looks like it's going to be a wonderful, huge success again in 2017.
And many people know as well, on top of hosting the World University Games, Almaty was a candidate city for the 2022 Winter Olympics. It just barely lost out to Beijing in China by 44 votes to 40. And Beijing, first time any city in the world will host both the Winter and Summer Games. So it was a formidable opponent for Almaty, but they again came very close. And we'll see if they look to mount a bid again. And this Winter Universiade will be a big precursor, I think, to making that decision, I'm sure, down the road. But lots of great venues. Again, we're in one here right now, and we had the chance to see the rehearsal last night, Kelsey, and so we have a good sense of what's going to go on here tonight. Everyone's going to get, I think, a really good sense of the history of this country, the region, its people, but also how they tie into the world as a whole. Just getting ready here, as you can see, some of the fans with the Kazakhstan flag there, all set to go.
The Kazakhstan flag, those colors, the beautiful colors that you see, the light blue and the yellow, those are preserved actually from the Soviet era, minus the red. They gotten rid of that. The light blue represents peace, freedom, culture, and ethnic unity. The sun represents a source of life and energy, as well as wealth and abundance.
And you mentioned, Kelsey, the 2011 Asian Winter Games that were held, split actually between Almaty and then Astana, the capital. But this is a much larger event. Those Asian Games, 26 countries, 843 athletes, 11 sports. Kazakhstan actually led the medal table at those Asian Games, 32 gold, 21 silver, 17 bronze for 70 total medals. But these games here, 57 countries, second most ever at a Winter Universiade participating. and well over 1,000 athletes, and we'll get to see those athletes parade out here momentarily from those 57 countries.
Just a few years ago at the 2013 Winter Universiades, 52 countries, so you can really see it it grow as it goes on.
And still making their way into the seats and just waiting patiently for things to get going. You might notice there you see some of the Canadian fans.
Made the long trek over to Kazakhstan.
Yeah, actually, I think I flew on the same plane as a few of those fans as I look at that shot. But again, people making their way here to Almaty from all over. You'll see people from New Zealand, Australia.
I see a lot of flags out there.
Yeah. One athlete from Africa who actually ran into literally on our way walking into the stadium here today.
We've got athletes at this Universiade from every continent except for Antarctica. South America, North America, that one athlete from Africa. Australia, New Zealand, and of course Europe and Asia.
Халықаралық студенттік спорт федерациясының президенті Олег Матыцин және Қазақстан Республикасының президенті
the president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, as well as the president of FISU, Oleg Matitsin.
Standing ovation in the arena for the president of Kazakhstan.
Dear ladies and gentlemen,
there you see the president of Kazakhstan just waving there in the middle.
His Excellency
And to his left, two people over to his left, will be FISU President Oleg Matitsin, and then in between them, the mayor of Almaty,
Bayrjan Republic of Kazakhstan, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs of the United Arab Emirates, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan.
As the lights go down, we are seconds away now from the very beginning of the show. Just starting off here, you can see the stage right in the middle is shaped in the shape of a leaf with apple trees surrounding it. Some traditional instruments there. You can see drums, as well as on stage there's what they call a jita gang. It's kind of a big wooden block with 7 strings across it. You can hear it there.
skaters in Kazakhstan's colors make their way from the yurts, a traditional Kazakhstan house you see on either side of the ice surface. slogan of the Universiade here in 2017 is "Spread Your Wings." And it's hoped that it will encourage the youth participating in the competitions to succeed, and that actually formulates part of the logo for Universiade here in 2017. And it's in the form of stylized wings and has a distinct dynamic form, top from left to right, which is meant to symbolize growth and the pursuit of excellence.
On top of that, the mascot, Sunkar, he was the chosen mascot. He is a free and strong inhabitant of the Kazakh land. He symbolizes speed, flight, lightness, energy, and a thirst for victory.
And you'll notice throughout the ceremony just the abundance of color that exists in all of the costumes and, again, the lights within the arena itself. And that'll be very noticeable throughout the whole evening. Notwithstanding, of course, all the unique colors we'll see from the athletes as they enter a little bit later on in the program.
The stunt horses are coming out now. These guys are fun to watch. You get a close-up on them going back and forth on the horses.
And this is not actually a competition here at Winter Universiade, although I'm wondering if it should be.
There he is, standing on top of the horse, waving the Kazakhstan flag. Everyone in the arena really loving that trick.
Items being thrown in. Items being thrown into the crowd. Just some candies.
Some traditional Kazakh sweets. You can really see that color you were talking about earlier, Doug, come out now. Yeah. Lots of pink costumes. We see a lot of the Kazakh colors, blue and yellow. Couple camels making their way out now. We had the opportunity to chat with the camels yesterday.
Yes, that was
one-sided.
Yeah, one-sided conversation. But they seemed quite interested in what you had to say. So,
a little fun fact, actually, about Kazakhstan. One of the only places that has two-humped and one-humped camels. Here, I believe we only see two-humped camels, but they do. It's a region that does have both, which is unusual.
Color makes its way out, and a very unique look of all the carts and chariots on which the performers are making their way around the track that's surrounding the ice surface here. participants, young and old. You notice the uniqueness throughout the night of that, the influence of Asia, the influence of Europe, as Kazakhstan perfectly situated between, right in the middle between both.
A country that inhabits over 130 different nationalities, a big melting pot here. And now you can see the apple trees. A little legend or myth about the apple is that first had its beginning here in Kazakhstan, and apparently some of the best apples in the world.
You get a good look there at the center video screen, and it's meant to represent the sun and the solar system radiating out from it. And that, again, will be a central theme to what we see throughout the night.
Сұлулықтың орнап көкте гүл тағы, қанат қақты, қайрат елдің сұңқары. Бар әлемге қазақ атын паш етті. Міне бүгін ұлы дала ұрпағы. Мың жылдықтар тарихында қалдатың, асулар көп, тосқан бізді алдатым. Алақайлап ақ шашуын шашуда, жер дүниеге құшақ ашып алматым. Бейбіт күннің аттарайлап ақ таңы, туған отан әрбір жанның мақтаны. Қазақ елі жаңа тарих төріне мін ағайын құтты қадам аттады.
Уважаемые гости Универсиады, дорогие друзья, любимые наши алматинцы, мы рады приветствовать всех вас на самом важном событии года не только для Казахстана, но и для всего студенческого сообщества. Мы говорим добро пожаловать всем гостям в красивейший город у подножья гор Алатау, туристам, приехавшим поддержать сограждан, поболеть за спортсменов и насладиться спортом.
We'd like to welcome all our guests and visitors who came to support their fellow citizens, to cheer for their athletes, and just to enjoy this event. We are very pleased to see you, all of you, in the most beautiful city at the foothills of the Almaty mountain. Welcome, dear friends.
Сегодня цифры говорят сами за себя. В эти дни в Алматы собрались более 30 тысяч посетителей из разных стран. Мы, казахстанцы, рады вам!
We're so excited to host you here in Kazakhstan, dear friends.
Друзья, давайте поаплодируем сплоченной и дружной семье ФИСУ, членам слаженной команды Международной федерации университетского спорта. Без вас не было бы этого спортивного мероприятия. Мы вами гордимся!
Dear friends, let's give a big round of applause for the friendly FISU family. We're grateful to FISU for the cohesive teamwork. This event wouldn't be held without your participation. Thank you so much.
Мы выражаем особую благодарность нашему почетному гостю, прибывшему по приглашению правительства Казахстана специально для поддержки зимних игр, шейху Мансур бен Заид аль-Нахаян, вице-премьеру, министру по делам президента Объединенных Арабских Эмиратов. Мы говорим вам добро пожаловать в Казахстан, Добро пожаловать в страну Великой Степи!
And our special gratitude also goes to our honorable guest, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs of the United Arab Emirates. We say, welcome to the great step.
Құрметті ханымдар мен мырзалар, Қазақстан Республикасының мемлекеттік туы.
Государственный флаг Республики Казахстан.
The national flag of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
Le drapeau national de la République de Kazakhstan.
As the flag of Kazakhstan makes its way out, you heard 4 languages there: Kazakh, Russian, English, and a little bit of French at the end. FISU's 2 official languages are English and French. And of course, Kazakh and Russian spoken obviously here in Almaty and the country of Kazakhstan.
We talked a little bit about this flag earlier. It was adopted in 1992. There's 32 rays surrounding that golden sun. Again, the sun's rays are meant to look like grain, which is the basis of abundance and prosperity here in Kazakhstan. The eagle symbolizes independence, freedom, and the flight to the future. You can see a kind of a pattern on those girls' shoulders there. Again, you can see it on the hoist side of the national flag. You'll see it at a different angle there, closest to you. That's a pattern called Koshkar Muse. It's translated into English as Horn of the Ram, but very common and traditional here in Kazakhstan.
Flag will make its way now in front of the VIP box for being raised at the far end of the arena, just below the large logo of FISU. Singers you just heard near the children laureates of various international competitions, and that song about the native land in the children's choir to the accompaniment of the State Symphony Orchestra.
Crowd is up on their feet again here at Almaty Arena as the Kazakhstan flag is raised. You see two poles there. Later on, the FISU flag will be raised.
Hürmetli hanımlar men mırzalar, orunlarınızdan turularınızды сұраймыз. Қазақстан Республикасының мемлекеттік гимні.
Государственный гимн Республики Казахстан.
The national anthem of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
L'hymne de République de Kazakhstan.
Altın gün aslanı, altın gen dalası, yürüttün dastanı, yerimi karaşı, yücüdün yerdiğinden kamış çıktı boy, namusun vermegin kazağım mıktı boy. Benim yerim, gülüm olup, yeğenimin, şarım bulup, dönemin yerim, tuğan yerim benim, Kazakistan'ım. Urban karşılaşkan, gün baylar yerim var, gönlümüz arastan, gönlümsüz yerim var, arsalar vakıtlar, ben yürüm, dostumlar, özlemir vakıtlar, özlemir dostumlar.
Бозторғай балалары хоры, жеке дауыста Сакенова Дариға.
The anthem performed
Bostorai
again by
Children's
the
Choir. The soloist Sakenova Dariga.
Құрметті
there's
ханымдар
some of the
мен
youth of
мырзалар.
Kazakhstan again.
28-ші
They will run off the stage.
бүкіл әлемдік қысқы универсиадаға қатысатын 57 елдің үздік спортшылары қазір салтанатты түрде алдарыңызға
Now
шығады.
coming the reason we're all here, the
Музыкамен
athletes.
сүйемелдейтін
Athletes,
диджейлер
officials
Кендал және
will
Слим.
make their
Қарсы
way
алыңыздар.
into Almaty Arena. We saw them when we were walking in a couple hours ago, so it's a long day for them as they're outside waiting.
It's a little bit of a party
It is
outside,
a little bit
though.
of a party, so I think they're doing okay, but it's definitely a long time before they actually get into the venue.
Again, 57 countries here participating in the Universiade
Қазақстанға
today.
қош
First up
келдіңіздер.
is
Алматыға қош келдіңіздер.
Afghanistan. They've got 3
Добро
athletes
пожаловать в
participating
Almaty.
in the games this year, all competing in alpine skiing.
Welcome to Almaty.
And for followers of the Olympics, you would typically, when watching Olympics, it's Greece that makes its way out first because of the fact that the Olympics were founded back in ancient Greece. But of course, we're not in an Olympics, so that is why you will not see Greece appear until the G's come along here in a few minutes' time. Next up, Andorra. Andorra won 3 medals in 2015, their first ever medals at a Winter Universiade. Carmina Palas with silver and bronze in alpine skiing.
They've got just one athlete this year, Meva Estevez-Bo. She's a snowboarder. Just competed in the Junior World Cup and the Youth Olympic Games in 2012.
Now one of the representatives from South America. Here you see the volunteers, the Andorran athlete not in the parade here today. Of course, lots of athletes don't participate in the athlete parade depending on when they're actually competing.
Argentina.
Argentina, one of the South American countries participating here.
They've got 2 athletes here this year, a snowboarder, Inaki Orduzrola, and a skier, Tomesh Basiguapaulo.
Looking for their first ever Winter Universiade medal.
Armenia.
Armenia now makes it on to the platform here. They've got 2 athletes as well. One of very, very good ones, Sergei Mikhailovin. He's a cross-country skier. He came 70th in the 15K event at the 2010 Olympic Games in Vancouver.
Australia, very strong sporting nation, not known necessarily though for their winter prowess. Flag bearer Amber Erasmi, she's a snowboarder, just missed out actually on qualifying for the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics. They have 3 all-time medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze in Winter Universiade competition.
Austria is up next. They've got about 40 athletes competing here at the Universiade this year, including Pia Maria Meschik, who was at Granada, the 2015 Universiade.
And twice, actually, Austria has hosted the Winter Universiade in Innsbruck-Seefeld in 2005 and then in Innsbruck in 1968. Of course, Innsbruck as well has hosted the Winter Olympics twice, back in 1964 and 1976.
Azerbaijan.
Now Azerbaijan makes its way out. 1 silver medal all-time at Winter Universiade.
That was back in 2013 in Italy. It was a figure skating duo, Julia Zlobina and Alexei Stinikov.
1 athlete here this year. Belarus, other former Republic of the Soviet Union. 55 winter medals as an independent country since their first appearance in Zakopane in Poland back in 1993.
Belarus, their 1 athlete is a biathlete, Viktor Krivko, who has won 2 victories at the European Junior Nationals.
And you certainly won't miss them going by with those fluorescent jackets we just saw parading through.
Belgium.
Belgium. Home to one of the 2 offices of FISU, the other one in Lausanne, Switzerland. 1 all-time medal at Winter Universiade.
Their athletes this year are competing in alpine skiing and snowboarding, keeping it on the slopes this year. Another South American representative is up next. Brazil, they've got 3 athletes this year, including Bruna Moura, favorite to win a cross-country skiing event. She was a former mountain bike athlete, stopped that due to a heart problem, got open heart surgery, and now she is back at it on the skiing events.
And that would, if she was to be successful here and win a medal, that'd be the first ever medal for Brazil at a Winter Universiade. Now Bulgaria making its way through. Bulgaria has hosted the Winter Universiade twice, back in 1983 and 1989 in Sofia. And Sofia, actually, interestingly enough, not only have hosted the Winter Universiade twice, but the Summer Universiade twice in 61 and 77. So they're the only city to do both.
Canada is up now. 122 athletes they sent from their country this year, including 2 snowboarding sisters all the way from Canada.
Kelsey Rock is the flag bearer, student at the University of Alberta in Edmonton and Western Canada. She's competed at the university finals in all 4 years that she's been at the University of Alberta, winning 2 back-to-back national championships, and a 2-time world junior gold medalist in curling representing Canada. Actually, it's the 3rd straight year that Canada has had a flag bearer who curls.
And talk about jackets that you're not going to miss. These bright red jackets almost go, I'd say, halfway or a quarter way around this entire arena here as they trickle off at the end.
Might be a little toasty for being inside. I don't know, they might want to be pulling those off, but fur-lined hoods as more Canadians still making their way onto the track. Kind of, everyone with their cameras, that's the thing now. Everyone's got to have cameras, so some of the athletes lagging a bit behind. Some of them, they're trying to get
a couple selfie sticks down there, I see.
Exactly.
So this is, again, this is Canada, 122 athletes, but also the delegates will be walking with them, so the group is extra big. I think that's going to be it for them. Up next is Chile. They have athletes competing in alpine ski and snowboard. including Inaki Odrizola. He's a South American champ just last year in snowboarding.
Welcome to Kazakhstan, dear friends. Welcome to Almaty.
We look at the DJs
Chile.
bringing in the athletes here. And there you get a look up close at Chile.
Chile again, just 3 athletes competing at the Universiade this year. You can take a look at one of them there.
People's Republic of China.
And now one of the largest delegations that we'll walk through here. 118 athletes from the People's Republic of China. Their flag bearer, Zhu Nuo, a freestyle skier, most recently competed in a World Cup in Lake Placid in New York in the United States of America, finishing in 14th place. They hosted the 2009 games in Harbin. They had 48 medals that year, but dropped down 9 in Grenada and Srpski Pleso in 2015.
There are 118 student athletes this year will compete in all 12 disciplines.
Welcome to Almaty. Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Looks like some of the Chinese delegation didn't wear those massive coats.
No,
they took the note from the Canadians, just wearing their tracksuits now, making their way out in the bright red.
To our athletes from
They got spread out a little bit. Some of them are sprinting in on the track here, trying to keep up with the rest of the delegation.
Some of them are sprinting, but all of them are waving their flags proudly. Looks like they have the Chinese flag as well as the Kazakhstan flag, which is nice to see.
This is one of the things that you don't often see, but behind the scenes, people ushering out the athletes, and sometimes if they get spread out like this, you might catch a glimpse of one of the volunteers or one of the staff urging the athletes to go and catch up, because all these ceremonies are on such a rigid time schedule, and so trying to make sure that everyone stays in line. But the Chinese, as they're literally coming in and sprinting into the arena here,
Getting their warm-up in for their
That's right.
the events that are coming up later this week. Again, it runs from January 29th until February 11th, when there will be a closing ceremony again at this same arena.
Now, on TV, you might catch a glimpse of that. We talked about that center panel here in the arena, but it will, if you get a good glimpse of it at all throughout the athlete parade, you will see the flags of each of the nations shown multiple times on those rays coming out from that center sun.
Yeah, again, meant to represent the rays of the sun, because traditionally Kazakhs used to believe in the divine powers of nature, worship the sun and the heavens, and the sun and the sunbeams are meant to represent warmth, energy that is necessary for life. China still making their way around the arena. Coming in after them is the Czech Republic, 78 athletes.
Now, one of the larger delegations, they too have hosted the Universiade twice.
One more
The
time,
mountain
we say
town
welcome to
result of
all
Splendorov
our
Mlin
athletes.
was pronounced much better by one of our
all
colleagues
the
that we
participants.
worked with earlier today.
Czech Republic.
So I need her here right now to help me get that one out of my mouth. But 1964 and 1978, when it was still Czechoslovakia at that point in time.
The flag bearer for Czech Republic is Adam Zika. He's an alpine skier, where he also does the overall combination, where he has won a gold in 2011 and a gold and silver in the slalom event in the same year.
Чех Республикасы тағы да Қазақстанға қош келдіңіздер дейміз.
And I'm certainly far, as you would know, Kelsey, from a fashion expert. But one trend I've certainly noticed in all of these ceremonies in recent years is that the country's colors don't necessarily have to make up their uniform. As you see the Czechs coming out here with blue, white, and red scarves, but bright yellow fluorescent toques and shirts.
I don't mean to give it away, but on the way here we saw some bright orange pants. And I don't remember seeing any bright orange on any of the flags here.
Yeah, when you won't miss that country. We won't spoil it. You'll see them come in, although I will hint that it's related to the country that just came out in some ways. But yeah, colors are, everyone's just trying whatever, just to give themselves a bit of that flashy look.
I'm a big fan of the bright colors recently.
Yeah, agreed. I like these tubes. I like the Czech tubes. They're sharp.
Up after Czech is Estonia. Estonia, they've got 16 athletes competing for them this year, including a snowboarder who came in 10th at the last Universiade in Granada, Kasper Gribogov.
Only one ever medal, a bronze, back in Torino at Universiade in 2007. And there you get a look at the sun with those Czech flags radiating out from the center. We'll soon see that switch over to Estonia as they are
And we say welcome
now
to
on
our
to
athletes
the
from
Estonia keeping it classic there, going all black with just a little blue pom-pom on the top of their hats and the ends of their scarves.
That's a good size pom-pom, actually. That's following Estonia will be Finland. As there you get a good close-up look at the Estonians, and then just tucked in behind the Finnish athletes. For Finland, 17 athletes here participating. Finland actually hosted the latest ever Winter University Games from April 3rd to 9th back in 1970. So much later than we are here, obviously at the end of January. And just to give a sense of how much we've grown, 25 countries, 591 athletes in 7 sports at those 1970
Dear
games.
friends, let's support all the athletes participating in the 28th
Their flag bearer,
Winter Universiade.
Sami Orpana,
Welcome to
biathlete,
Kazakhstan.
second Winter Universiade, is 9th in the mass sprint and has also competed in the World Cup over the course of this season.
France is up next here at Almaty Arena. They've got 10 athletes competing for them this year. 110?
40 athletes for France.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, that's my writing. That's my fault for you. That's my writing.
40 athletes, that
Yes.
makes a little more sense. That's including two-time World Cup champion Batista Zudi.
Their flag bearer, Marion Buet, cross-country skier, 36 in the sprint at the Sochi Olympics. And France has a really strong connection to winter sports, both for the Olympics and Winter Universiade. Chamonix hosted the first ever Winter Olympics back in 1924, and then coincidentally, Chamonix also hosted the first ever Winter Universiade back in 1960. And those games included alpine skiing, Nordic combined, ski jumping, and figure skating. Now Georgia, 16 delegates, 8 athletes for them.
Georgia only competing in the snow sports here. Nobody's
Germany.
tying up their skates and getting on that ice. They're going to stick it on the hill. So far, up next is Germany. Germany has about 40 athletes competing here.
8 medals back in 2015. David Velde with 2 Nordic combined silvers and a team gold.
Greece is up next. Greece has one athlete, Dimitra Vasilki-Pori. She is a figure skater. She's also the flag bearer.
A warm welcome at our beautiful city. Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Flag looks heavy for her, but she's loving waving it all the way down and around the arena. Up next is Hong Kong, China. Again, just one lone athlete. Again, a figure skater, Harry Hoyen Lee.
All the athletes parading out with the brightly green-clad volunteers who are dancing their way around Almaty Arena. Hungary up next. 2 athletes for them.
They will compete in the alpine skiing event and also the biathlon.
Budapest, of course, on the summer side of things, one of 3 finalists for the 2024 Summer Olympics, competing against Paris and Los Angeles.
Islamic Republic of Iran.
İran İslam Respublikası.
Now the Islamic Republic of Iran.
All the athletes for Iran will compete in the alpine skiing event, including Foro Abbasi. She competed in the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
İtalya.
Italy is up next with 62 athletes,
Dear friends, welcome to Kazakhstan.
or sorry, 32 athletes and 19 delegates are with them. One of the largest, or sorry, they are the largest number of hosts as a whole, and also for winter and summer separately for this Universiade event.
6-time Winter Universiade host on that front. 1966, 75, 85, 2003, 2007, and 2013. The 2013 games in Trentino and the 2007 games in Torino, held just 1 year after Torino hosted the Winter Olympics. Now Japan. One of the larger delegations, 110 athletes. They have 239 all-time medals, including 77 gold. And Sapporo, another Winter Olympic and Winter Universiade host, hosted the Universiade back in 1991.
Добро пожаловать в прекрасный город Алматы. Город с тысячелетней историей.
Dear friends, let's give a big round of applause to our athletes from Japan. Welcome.
Japan has 110 athletes competing for them this year. One of the largest delegations here.
Қазақстандықтар, алматылықтар, тағы бір мәрте өзіміздің қонақжайлығымызды білдірейік.
You see Japan, the athletes there in white. The fans getting into it, dancing in the seats. And now the Republic of Korea.
Republic
Korea
of
will
Korea.
host the Winter Olympics a little over a year from now in Pyeongchang, February 9th to 25th. So certainly some of the athletes competing here will be making their way to Pyeongchang.
We've got 98 athletes competing for them this year, including a 2014 Olympic champ in the short track speed skating event. That's Kim Alenga.
A warm welcome.
Extremely
dear
strong
guests.
in short track speed skating is the Republic of Korea. Actually had the second most medals at the 2015 Winter Universiade with 5 gold, 9 silver, and 2 bronze.
We're extremely happy to see all the athletes in our beautiful country, Kazakhstan. Welcome, dear friends.
There, just get a good look at the Koreans with that sharp looking, but maybe a little more casual look for them. Some of them wearing hats, some not.
Having the same problem, it looks like, as a couple of the earlier countries. A couple of stragglers sprinting to catch up with the rest of their country there.
The athletes make their way up to the seats just a little bit opposite, or just to the side rather, where the Kazakhstan flag was raised a little while back. And now Kyrgyzstan. Twins Pavel and Alexei Bakurin will be both competing in snowboard cross. They were both there actually in Grenada as well. Pavel was 23rd and Alexei was 15th.
They are 2 of 10 athletes competing for this country here at the Universiade. looks as though the twins might be sharing the flag bearer duty there.
Yeah, I think so.
Латвия.
Latvia is up next. They've got 26 athletes in 4 disciplines: alpine skiing, short track, speed skating, hockey, and snowboarding. The youngest athlete from Latvia is only 19 years old. She is also the only female competing for the country.
Their flag bearer, Christoph Zjenieks, an alpine skier. He was 8 at Universiade in Trentino, but has also competed at 2 Olympics. He was in Vancouver in 2010, where he placed 37th in the slalom, and in Sochi in 2014, where he was 43rd in the giant slalom.
Lebanon here. 5 athletes, all competing in the alpine skiing events.
Jeffrey Zena, one of them. He competed in alpine skiing at the Youth Olympic Winter Games in Lillehammer back in 2014.
Litva.
Now up to Lithuania with their 6 athletes. 3 all-time Winter Universiade medals. Agnes Sarakaite won bronze in the 500-meter women's short track back in Grenada. Zavedkas, former Olympian, will be competing here
Malaysia.
in Almaty.
Malaysia.
Malaysia, 1 athlete, and an interesting story too. Wong Dae-vin, originally a figure skater, but now will compete here in Almaty as a short track speed skater.
Mexico.
Mongolia.
It's got to be quite an adjustment, I have to think.
Mexico.
Figure skates to speed skates, very different. Blades are longer, no pick. That's got to be quite the adjustment,
Just must have the love for the ice.
I guess. I think I'll stick to hockey skates. I'm not sure either of those would work very well for me.
You can see now, here's Mexico.
Mongolia.
Mexico had 2 athletes there. Their flag bearer was a figure skater and a 2-time national champ. We look at Mongolia now, 10 athletes, 6 in cross country, 4 in speed skating.
Morocco.
Morocco.
2 Moroccan athletes have made their way to Almaty.
Morocco has never won a winter sport in an international competition, not even just a Universiade, just all together.
Netherlands.
Нидерланды.
A warm welcome to our country. Welcome to
The Netherlands
Almaty.
now, you can see them there in their red, white, blue, and green. They have 20 athletes competing for them in this Universiade.
And it would not be the Netherlands without a little bit of orange splashed in there too, of course. Famous on their football jerseys. And the Netherlands, of course, a very, very strong
New Zealand.
speed skating
Зеландия.
country. And speed skating long track, at least, doesn't always
We are
appear
happy
at
to
Winter
welcome you
Universiade,
here
but
in
it
our
has
country.
been in
Welcome
quite a
to
few of the last of the recent Universiades, and will be here. Their flag bearer, Bart Fallharber, rather, a freestyle
Norway.
snowboarder.
Норвегия.
There's New Zealand there. You can see Virginia Grace Orange, the alpine skier, is the sole
Welcome to Kazakhstan, dear friends. Welcome to our beautiful
Sole athlete
city,
there.
Almaty.
And only 1 ever gold medal for New Zealand. Natalie Good, women's slopestyle back in 2013 in Trentino.
You are looking at Norway now. They've got 19 athletes. The last 2 Universiades have been very competitive in cross-country skiing, alpine, and curling. Their flag bearer is Stefan Wallstad. He's a curler. He was 7th in 2011. He was 4th in 2013, and then finally won that gold last Universiade in Grenada.
So I guess the only thing he can do here is win another goal. He's kind of progressively,
goals.
yeah, it's sort of progressively gotten better.
Paraguay now here.
Poland.
1 sole athlete, Julia Elizabeth Marino. She's a freestyle skier, 17th at the Sochi Olympics.
It's a great pleasure to greet you here. Welcome,
Poland
friends.
makes their way out.
Добро пожаловать,
62
Казахстан!
athletes.
Добро
And
пожаловать в
Zakopane, a
Almaty!
two-time host back in 1993 and 2001.
Poland's 2015 Universiade country's participants in combined skiing won 2 golds and 2 bronze. Very successful year for them.
Qadrli do'stlar, qo'shimimizni ayamaylik.
Lots of cameras out there, both in the audience
Romania.
and going around the stage. Romania now on the platform. They've got 3 athletes all in speed skating. The youngest athlete for them is 18-year-old Mihaela Yogas.
And Romania has 7 total medals all time, 5 silver, 2 bronze. No gold yet, so that'll be what they're seeking to find here in
Russian
Almaty.
Federation.
And now the largest delegation, the Russian Federation, 216 athletes making their way here to Kazakhstan. Led the medal table back in 2015 with 20 gold, 18 silver, and 18 bronze. Of course, Krasnoyarsk will host the next Winter Universiade in 2019 in Russia. Russia very successful at the Winter University Games. They've led the medal table 6 of the last 9 games. And in 2015, they were led by Yuri Chopin, who had 2 gold and 3 bronze medals in biathlon. All-time total medals, this will give you a sense of how much they have dominated. 392 total medals for Russia, that's top all-time. Second place, the Soviet Union, 242. So they've done
Pretty
pretty well.
dominant.
Yeah.
Russia also hosting the next Winter Universiade in 2019. Russian athletes still making their way around, holding a flag, the Russian Student Sports Union.
Команда Российской Федерации. Добро пожаловать!
Again, the biggest delegation here will take the longest to get around.
Yeah, and again, a few of the other people chasing their way to get back. It's like a race itself, kind of like they're trying to stay with the lead pack and trying to keep up. It's interesting, if you go back and watch old ceremonies of major games, often Olympics from back in the 60s, even into the 70s, athletes coming in, lockstep, in line, everybody, every country just very consistent.
Was
And
there
now you
selfie
see-
sticks back then?
I don't think so. If they did, it might have been a little more complicated, like large cameras, heavier, a little trickier. So that might, it was a little easier to stay in line. But now much more casual. Still a few athletes and officials making their way through. We mentioned Yuri Chopin with his 5 medals back in Grenada in 2000 and Sprintly Pleso back in 2015. But Andrei Larkov also 3 gold in cross country. Of course, Kelsey, back in 2015, the games were split, partly between Spain and Slovakia. So the alpine sports, cross-country skiing, biathlon, etc., took place in Slovakia, and then the downhill and then the ice sports took place in Grenada.
Добро пожаловать, друзья!
That's going to be the end of the Russian delegation there. You can see the last few athletes making their way around. Up next is Serbia. Serbia has 6 athletes, all in snow events. So again, not putting on those blades, sticking on the slopes for now.
A summer host of the University Games back in 2009 in Belgrade.
28-ci qisqa Universiadaga
One of their delegates there really getting into it.
He's really getting that hat is probably, maybe it's like that hat alone is getting him into it.
A warm welcome to Almaty.
And so we had hinted a little bit earlier at the bright orange pants Okay, well, it's not Serbia, clearly. You see them there making their way out. There's the Serbian flag.
Slovakia.
But just in behind them, you might start to catch a glimpse just in the corner of your screen. And there they are, Slovakia. And again, if you look at their flag, I don't notice any bright orange, but they have
Not
definitely...
even sure the screen here does the orange
No,
justice.
actually, I think you're right. When you walk by it, they are very bright.
Slovakia has 42 athletes competing this year. And you mentioned that they were part hosts of the last Winter Universiade.
And I've also hosted in Poprad Tatry back in 1999. And then Strizhki Pleso actually hosted when it was still in Czechoslovakia back in 1987. And Czechoslovakia that year actually led with 29 medals, 17 gold.
Welcome to Kazakhstan.
Slovenia up next. They've got 13 athletes competing for them, and these might be my favorite jackets so far that I've seen.
Yeah, this color very common in Slovenia. Certainly made up their ice hockey uniforms back at the Olympics in Sochi in 2014 where they qualified. Led by Los Angeles King Andrzej Kopitar. Their flag bearer Anna Zimsek, an alpine skier, competes primarily in slalom and giant slalom.
A warm welcome to Kazakhstan. Bienvenue au Kazakhstan.
You're looking at Sweden now. They've got 50 athletes competing in all 12 disciplines. In the 24th Universiade, they got gold in curling done.
Certainly a relatively strong curling country. Helena Rappaport won bronze in the women's Super G back in 2015 for their only medal of those games.
Following closely behind is Switzerland. Their volunteers are very choreographed. You can see that behind the Swedish team here. Switzerland has 35 athletes. Again, in curling, they won the bronze medal in women's curling back in 2015.
Welcome, dear friends.
Hosted the 1962 Winter Universiade back in Villars and will host the 2021 games in Lucerne. In Switzerland, we talked about Belgium before being the one home to FISU, but the other home is in Lausanne. Of course, the home to many international federations, including the International Olympic Committee. FISU building a new office actually in Lausanne that is under construction for them there.
Chinese Taipei.
Chinese Taipei has 3 athletes competing this year, 2 speed skaters and 1 figure skater. They will also be the host of the 29th Summer Universiade just later this year.
In August. 1 ever medal in Winter Universiade competition from Trentino in long track speed skating. That was Sung Ching Yang in the men's 1,000 meters. There you see Tajikistan making its way out. 3 athletes competing here in Almaty.
And all competing in alpine skiing. Thailand is up next. They have just 1 athlete, Masani Chayagenkra, competing in the figure skating event.
Turkey.
A warm welcome to Almaty.
Makes its way out. One of their athletes, Sila Sagi, a women's figure skater. 1 gold and 3 silver all-time in the Turkish National Championships. She also competed in 1 World Championships back in 2012. The Erzurum hosted back in 2011.
Here's the only representative of the continent of Africa. He comes from Uganda, Brolin Maweje. He's studying medicine right now to be a surgeon. At the age of 12, he moved from Uganda to the United States to meet up with his birth mother that he hadn't seen in over 10 years.
You're going to try to catch up and get a little more on that story later in the week. So
you will definitely see a video interview of him later in the week. Such an interesting story, and again, representing an entire continent.
FISU.net, you can take a look at any of those stories that should be going on. And Kelsey will have a few of them up there.
You are looking at Ukraine now. Back in 2015, they had a bronze medalist in biathlon, Julia Bridgenets.
And also, Dmitro Ruzanov had a really strong games in 2015 with 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze in biathlon.
This year, they've got 61 athletes competing for them.
Now the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland won a bronze medal in men's curling in 2015, and 4 of their 15 all-time medals are from curling, with the women having 1 gold in Erzurum in Turkey back in 2011. And their flag bearer is Elia Smeding, a speed skater who holds many British junior records. Kind of like these jackets, actually. I'm a fan of these UK, Great Britain, and Northern Ireland jackets.
They've got 71 athletes competing at this Universiade. 71 chances for you to go and try and ask them to have a jacket.
Perfect. Okay, well, that's great. They might, every one of them might hear from me at some point. Even some of the volunteers trying to catch up now. They got caught behind the wave of people.
A warm welcome, dear friends.
Volunteers there in green, the athletes in the gray and maroon.
In the UK, Great Britain, and Northern Ireland, not really known as a winter sporting nation, but have definitely become much more prominent on the sporting scene. It's been interesting to see the evolution in that nation even through the London 2012 Summer Olympics, and some of how they burst onto the scene in various summer sports, and that's now starting to translate over a little bit more onto the winter side of things as well.
And they will compete in 10 disciplines at this Universiade, so very spread out. A lot of athletes are competing in a lot of different sports.
And now the United States of America.
73 athletes competing for the United States of America this year as they make their way on to the arena.
Welcome, dear friends. Welcome to Almaty.
8 medals back in 2015, including 2 golds, and their most ever medals at a Winter Universiade was 15 back in Zakopane in 1993. 5 gold, 4 silver, and 6 bronze.
The USA has hosted the World Universiade before, the winter ones. The 7th, actually, a long time ago in Lake Placid.
And we say welcome.
Lake Placid, a 2-time Winter Olympic host as well, 1932 and 1980. Of course, any followers of ice hockey know the 1980 games, the miracle on ice, as the United States defeated the Soviet Union to ultimately win gold. They had to beat Finland in their final game. It was not there was no gold medal game. It was a round-robin tournament at that point in time. But when they knocked off the Soviet Union, that essentially clinched gold for them. They had to, as I said, beat the Finnish team after, and did that. And an event that is still talked about in the United States of America in terms of their winter sports history and lore. Members of that team actually lit the torch at the 2002 Salt Lake Winter Olympics.
You can see the United States of American flag being waved and hung up with the others now, as a couple stragglers left of the United States making their way back on, sprinting to try and catch up to the rest of their group.
That's got to be hard. I mean, sprinting is one thing, but sprinting in big, heavy winter jackets that they're all wearing inside, that's got to be an even trickier proposition.
There's an American flag. A couple Americans made the trip all the way out here to Almaty, Kazakhstan.
Қадірлі қазақстандықтар, алматылықтар,
The delegation still making their way into the arena now. Fans getting geared up. They know the end of the alphabet is coming soon. Looking forward to seeing their home Kazakhstan athletes come out.
Still some members of the American delegation. Making their way out here.
Warm welcome to the athletes from United States of America. Welcome to Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan'a hoş geldinizler.
You can see now in the back of your screen there, the athletes from Uzbekistan making their way on. 3 athletes representing their country this year.
Damir Bukharbayev. I knew I might mess that one up. We'll try again. Damir Bukharbayev. There we go. That's a little better. He competed at the 2015 FIS World Championships in Vail, Colorado. That's the Alpine Skiing World Championships back in the United States of America.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
And now the moment that every 12,000 person here has been waiting for. Kazakhstan will come out and circle around now. The lights have been dimmed. The flags are out. 175 athletes will make their way around, 171, excuse me, will make their way around this arena.
The second largest delegation behind that of the Russian Federation. Russian Federation with 339 total delegates between officials and athletes. Kazakhstan with 248. 171 athletes, as Kelsey mentioned, and 77 officials.
Some of their big-named athletes, bronze medalist of the 2014 Olympic Games, silver and bronze medalist of the World Championship in 2013 and 15. The figure skater Dennis Ten is one of those. Another one, the 2-time champion of the Asian Championship in 2014. The silver medalist of the Universiade in 2015 biathlete Galina Vishnevskaya, as well as the champion of the 2011 Asian Games and the champion of the Universiade in 2015, and also a participant of the Sochi Olympics in the freestyle skiing event, Julia Galasheva. Another is the Universiade champion back in Grenada in 2015, bronze medalist of the World Junior Championships in 2016, Kolmako Vel. Another Olympic participant, 2010 and 2014, bronze medalist of the Asian Games in 2011, Bexnikov Adar, and as well another participant of the Olympic Games in Sochi and champion at the Winter Universiade back in 2015 is Reykova Alina.
And you may have noticed when they were coming out, these people didn't really look necessarily, they were athletes competing, and they would represent more so guardians of the people, and as well just a combination of that strength and inner spirit. So that's where you saw the 6 dressed up very well with the helmets and armor on. And not very common you see anybody other than volunteers, athletes, and officials coming out, but the odd time you do. I remember being at the 2005 Summer University Games opening ceremonies, and one of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police members actually came out. A Mountie came out with the Canadian delegation. So one of the few times you see kind of an additional element to an athlete parade.
I kind of like seeing that, of that kind of the host country, get that cultural vibe into every single part of that opening ceremony.
I agree. It gives you a really good broad sense of what goes, the history of the country and all the various facets that go with it. So.
The crowd really getting into it now, waving their arms back and forth as the Kazakhstan flag covers almost the ceiling of this entire arena.
We would try to translate what the DJs are playing right now, but Kelsey and I are still working on our Kazakh, so we're not quite at the level that we can do that.
I know 3 words and none of them have been sang yet, so I'm going to refrain from trying to do anything with this song. I like it though.
I do like it too. Maybe by the closing ceremony we'll be in a position that we could actually do that for everybody back home.
I'll perform it for everyone. I'll just sing the whole thing.
Well, we certainly welcome you watching from wherever you're watching here tonight. Doug McLean, Kelsey Wright-Johnson here, bringing you all of the pageantry from this opening ceremony of the 28th Winter Universiade here in Almaty, Kazakhstan.
And the pageantry is just beginning. We welcomed all the athletes in, but the performance is yet to begin here at Almaty Arena for these 12,000 fans who are here physically and not watching at home, but you guys get to tune in as well.
Всем спортсменам добро пожаловать в Казахстан! Добро пожаловать в Almaty!
We say all the athletes, welcome to Kazakhstan! Welcome to Almaty!
Bienvenue au Kazakhstan! Bienvenue à la ville d'Almaty!
Тәңір өзі қолдайды ойласқанда, нұрға бөлеп шуақты қойды аспанды. Ұлы дала елінде дүбірлеген, ал ағайын сүйінші той басталды. 60 елден ағылған дос көрдіңіз, тәңір қасып қуанып қас кердіңіз. Қазақ деген қонақ жай, кең пейілді, дархан елге бауырлар хош келдіңіз.
Мы, казахстанцы, дети Великой Степи, рады приветствовать вас на своей родине. Добро пожаловать в город тысячи красок, в город снежных вершин, в город молодой энергии, в столицу спорта и культуры, в город Almaty.
We, people of Kazakhstan, the children of the Great Steppe, are very pleased to welcome all of you in our motherland. Welcome to the city of southern colors, of young energy, the capital of sport and culture, to the city of Almaty.
Для Казахстана большая честь принимать столь важное спортивное событие, как зимняя универсиада. Мы от всей души желаем продемонстрировать вам наше гостеприимство, нашу приверженность обычаям и традициям. Мы надеемся, что вам удастся проникнуться национальными мотивами, погрузиться в историю Великой Степи.
It's a great honor for Kazakhstan to host such an important event at the Winter Universiade. From the bottom of our hearts, we want to demonstrate our hospitality, respect for traditions. We hopefully believe that you can enjoy our music and get acquainted with the history of the Great Steppe.
Сегодня посланцы из 57 стран мира в лице лучшей молодежи прибыли на праздник спорта, на торжество силы духа. Мы убеждены в том, что универсиада расправит ваши крылья и подарит мировому спорту новые имена.
Yes, today, the best students from the 57 countries came as the ambassadors to the sport fiesta, to the celebration of strength of mind. Yes, we strongly believe that the Universiade will spread the wings and present new stars of the world sport.
Қымбатты достар, біз шоу бағдарламаны бастаймыз.
Дорогие друзья, мы начинаем шоу-программу. Ladies and gentlemen, we start our show.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous commençons notre programme.
Now we will move on with the program. We've seen the interior, but now we're going to get a sense of the legend. And the legend is a halo of history and the essence of the truth at the same time. Inside, in its core, a legend encapsulates Kazakhs' mythological understanding of the surrounding world and their system of values. And this episode is about creation, myth encountered in all cultures. The bird that is seen in the performance demonstrates how Kazakh traditional understanding of the universe corresponds to the legends widely spread around the world. The main theme is about one eternal subject, saving the love, conflict between black and white, good and evil. Positive and negative characters that can also be seen in other cultures have new artistic interpretation in Kazakh legends.
You can see the Pegasus here dropping off a person who has a red crystal. That crystal is to represent love, as he gives it to his love here at the center of the stage. But of course, love is not that easy.
No, we'll see that momentarily.
There's the two good exchanging their love in the middle of the stage there. But as you can see, the witch in the black and the red is up top, and she wants that love. You get a good look of the skating rink kind of surrounding the stage there in that last shot, as the witch steals the love.
She's also trapped inside that cage made up by the green and white light.
As good and evil battle it out here for that red love of Crystal.
Freed, the crystal has been saved. And in that battle between good and evil, good has won. I move into the history section.
Ол әлемдік мұраның таңғажайып туындылары,
of the many cultures that make up this
қорғандар мен
country.
орта ғасырлық қалаларда көрініс тапқан көп ғасырлық тарихы бар жер. Алтын адам, жеріміз әлемдік өркениет орталықтарының бірі болған кездегі ежелгі дәуірдің куәсі. Тарих маржаны, сәулет өнерінің баға жетпес туындысы. Оның басты залында қасиетті тай қазан тұр. Аңыз бойынша ол 7 металдың қоспасынан құйылған. Ашық аспан астындағы ескерткіш. Бұл жерде теңдесі жоқ, таңғажайып құрылыстар мен мешіттер сақталған. Бұл жерде алғаш рет асау жылқыны қолға үйреткен, қашықтықты бағындырған бірінші салт атты пайда болған. Қазақстан шығыс пен батысты байланыстырған ұлы жібек жолы өткен әлемнің ежелгі өркениеттерінің тоғысы. Бүгінде ол біздің мәңгілік халқымыз, мәңгілік елді сақтай отырып, ұрпақтар мен құндылықтар сабақтастығын қамтамасыз етеді.
Moving into the history part now, as you see the golden men and women all around the arena. The history is the chronicles of Kazakh's past, reminiscent of a caravan traveling through the timeline. The caravan has its start from the early periods, the age of Saka and Huns, and reaching as far as now. The golden man found in Issyk suggests that our history goes down to ancient times and originates from rich civilizations. This rich culture and big country was left from our Kazakhs' ancestors and must carefully keep this heritage for future generations. This performance celebrates the idea that the courage and goodwill of the Kazakh nation will build the bright future of the nation.
You get a good sense on the screen there, just the volume of people that are in front of us, but in here you certainly have a great sense of the hundreds of performers that are out here brightly clad in gold.
You can see in the middle there, lying beside each of the performers that is kneeling is a leaf. The leaf is a symbol of youth and creation, or in other words, depicts growth, prosperity, and aspiration.
Мың жылдықтар құшақ жайған уақытта, шапағатын шашып мынау халыққа, ата-баба үмітінен нәр алып, жетті елім бүгін нұрлы бақытқа. Өткеніме айтам енді салауат, кезең келді қазақ үшін ғаламат. Алтын заман, алтын дәуір байраға, елім бастар, ер ұлына аманат.
far part of the arena there. There he is. You can see the chariot making his way around.
«25 лет назад мы начали свой казахстанский путь. От стабильности через модернизацию
Now
к
we'll move into more
процветанию.
modern times to give a sense of
На
where
этом пути
Kazakhstan
мы уверенно шагнули в
is, where it's
21
going.
век.
We'll
Век
just recently
высоких
celebrated
технологий,
25 years as an
век
independent
инновационных прорывов. Мы заняли достойное место на карте мира.
independence from the
С
Soviet
лидером
Union.
нации совершили стремительный рывок в будущее. Создали Астану, новую столицу мирового класса. Астана – подлинное детище главы государства, воплощение самых смелых архитектурных идей, гордость нации, символ суверенности, катализатор успеха всей страны. Астана – путеводная звезда Казахстана. Наши взоры устремлены вперед. Мы растим новое поколение передовых инноваторов и стартапов. Благодаря миролюбивой, конструктивной внешней политике нашей страны, а также интеграционным инициативам президента Нурсултана Назарбаева, Казахстан стал одним из ведущих игроков мировой политики. Казахстан председательствовал в Евразийском экономическом союзе. Избран председателем Генеральной ассамблеи Исламской организации по продовольственной безопасности. Казахстан, вступив в права непостоянного членства в Совете Безопасности Организации Объединенных Наций, стал первым государством Центральной Азии, избранным в состав наиболее важного политического органа. Государству возложены полномочия по поддержанию глобального мира и безопасности. Мы строим современный, комфортный для жизни мегаполис. Наша гордость Алматы – центр туризма и спорта, город молодой энергии и тысячи красок. Мы созидаем счастливое будущее, достигаем высоких спортивных вершин, повысили благосостояние граждан, продвигаем идею толерантности, протягиваем зеленые пояса, творим и удивляем. Активно внедряем зеленые технологии в экономику. Уже через считанные месяцы Казахстан будет в центре внимания всего мирового сообщества. Астана станет площадкой для инноваций в сфере альтернативной энергетики. Для демонстрации лучших мировых разработок и трендов этой отрасли. Экспо 2017 привлечет в страну новые технологии и инвестиции, даст новый импульс к росту. Казахстан – яркий пример экономического чуда.
And from that we move into spring. We'll walk through the 4 seasons, and spring symbolizes the first steps of Kazakhstan as a young country which just gained its independence. It represents awakening of the nature and new life. And this performance elaborates on how Kazakhstan is learning new technologies, accomplishing new achievements in innovation, and switching to a green economy. This attempt can be observed from the unique architecture of the capital city Astana and the theme that was chosen for Expo 2017, which will be hosted in Astana this year.
Expos are organized by the Bureau of International Exhibitions, and it's only 132 days away until it starts here in Kazakhstan, in the capital, Astana. The first expo was in London back in 1851. A couple huge inventions actually have come from Expo, including the telephone, X-ray scanner, zipper, ice cream waffle, cups, touchscreens, and so much more. Stuff that we use every day now.
And the Eiffel Tower in Paris was actually built for the World's Fair that Paris hosted as well. So. And there you get another look. The crystal that we saw previously makes its appearance here in spring. And you may also get a look there, the performers in the middle of the pedal and their shoes glowing quite brightly. I may have wanted to get one of those United Kingdom, Great Britain, and Northern Ireland jackets, but I think Kelsey, before she leaves here, is going to get herself a pair of those.
I've had my eyes on those since yesterday.
Yeah.
I think I dreamt about them last night. And we noticed actually that they do go in different colors too, which is pretty cool. You can see now hanging up the crystals into an apple tree.
And lots of mention here of Astana, though of course he's being held in Almaty. But back on July 6th of 1994, the Supreme Council of the Republic of Kazakhstan decided to move the capital from here in Almaty to what was then called Akmola. And on December 10th, 1997, the capital was officially transferred to Akmola, and then it, in 1998, was renamed Astana. And the new capital was unveiled internationally on June 10th, 1998.
I just wanted to mention one more thing as the last of the apples is hung up on the apple tree. In 2009, scientists from Oxford University actually proved that the apple originated from the territory of Almaty. As you can see here, we have two dancers there. If you see the girl, she has an amputated leg, but there is a story behind there. That is Victoria Modesta. She was born in Latvia, and due to a doctor's negligence actually at birth, she spent most of her childhood in and out of hospitals before eventually voluntarily having her leg amputated from below the knee. That's her left leg there. She has become quite a huge pop star in kind of a worldwide stage, even performing at the 2012 Summer Paralympic closing ceremonies in London. You get a close-up of her there.
Aldarınızda öneri göstergen şeksiz мүмкіндік иесі британдық артист Виктория Модеста және Астана операның бишісі Табылды Досжан.
We'd like to thank
you even got a close-up there of her shoes.
Victoria Modesta.
Kind of a part of a very traditional sort of pattern here in Kazakhstan. You'll see a couple other women wearing shirts and vests with the same kind of white cutout pattern.
Biz bir шаңырақ астында тату тәтті өмір сүріп жүрген тәуелсіздік ұландарымыз, жарқын келешекке деген сенім бізді біріктіреді.
Наша сила в возможностях. Мы создаем, строим счастье. Вместе с лидером мы создаем нацию единого будущего.
We are bound by love. and friendship, and guided by cherished dreams. Protecting the nature, we strive towards pure soil, clean air and water.
Суверенность, стабильность, согласие и процветание – основа нашей вечной страны.
Қазақстанның болашағы біздің қолымыздан бәрі келеді. Ортақ үйіміз бірлік пен татулық мекені.
Жар етек әрбір атқан таңды, сол өмір мәні. Be in love and always love somebody. That is all we need. Светло сердце распахни, руку дружбы протяни. И mon amour, tout is bien joli. When the sun shining bright, when there's happiness inside, give your love to every single song. Saklasın yürekte, şahsın niyetlerde, gönlünde biyetle gözelir. Şınaya bakıp жетелер.
Love seeing the crowd get into it with their lights. We are moving now into the summer portion of the show. Summer elaborates on the strong will of this country to build its own bright future. It symbolizes the growth and positive move. And this part of the show represents the early development stage of the independent Kazakhstan. During the show, the installation of the sun above that we've mentioned earlier will turn into lots of different bright colors. This visual effect represents the plurality of Kazakhstans, whose destiny is strongly entwined with each other, resulting in national cohesion and integrity. Almaty is a city of thousands of colors. The oldest theaters, concert halls, museums, universities, and research centers of the country are all concentrated here. Pearls of history are carefully kept to leave for future generations.
mentioned earlier, you'll see the influence both from Asia and into Europe and even other parts of the world, but certainly those two heavily influencing what we'll see from these performances over the next few minutes. Move more to the Central Europe, German influence. There's the accordion music accompanying this number.
Not hard to guess which country this dance comes from.
Turkish influence is very prominent here. In fact, someone told me that Kazakh language, there's some very strong similarities to Turkish language as well.
As you can see there, a new group of performers makes their way into the middle of the stage. They're going to perform a dance heavily influenced now by Israel. Fans really getting into it here. Looks like they even have a little choreographed dance happening behind the stage.
Again, proving the whole point of unity, all those that have come before performing dances from specific regions now participating in the dance that is currently taking place. So Ukrainian influence, you'll see here. Here was one of our favorite performers from the rehearsal yesterday.
Feisty little guy.
He's just gonna give it his all. Speaking about competition, I'm not sure I'd want to go up against him. Just look at that face.
I think we are wearing the same boots today, though.
I wish I could say I was wearing the same hair as him, but you'll now see the yurt that you saw at the very beginning make its way back out to be demonstrated here, and representatives from each of the cultures that recently performed being surrounded by that yurt, again symbolizing everybody living within those walls here in Kazakhstan all together. So it's that weaving of many cultures.
Kazakhstan is a cultural bridge between Asia and Europe. The years of independence have become the era of cultural renaissance of Kazakhstan. Our culture has become a recognizable part of the global cultural heritage. One of the most technically advanced theaters was built in the capital. Here, the audience has gained the opportunity to enjoy the masterpieces of world classics. All the conditions for realization of creativity are provided in the country. Thanks to this, the talents freely create, conquer the best scenes. The whole world applauds to our stars. The world of Kazakhstan's arts is extremely rich for talented painters, graphic artists, and sculptors. Their work reflects the identity of the nation, its rich past and bright present. Theater art occupies a special place. Today, the country's theaters represent a high-quality cast, brilliant direction, and diverse repertoire. Step motifs that came from the depth of the centuries, as well as selected works of the modern classics, fill the sound of the main temples of art created by the great sons of the Kazakh people. Kazakhstan is a country of international level festivals, Eurasian scale events. This is a great experience combining past and present, the synthesis of tradition and modernity, the new reading of the classics. Our culture is unique. We aspire towards the future, and we are open to the world.
So we've seen spring, we've seen summer.
What's next, Doug?
I think we're going to move on to autumn now. And autumn is the season of harvest. From the perspective of Kazakhstan development, this season represents its achievements and the results of hard labor, strong will, values, and cultural pluralism. However, there are more goals to pursue and many significant milestones to celebrate out there, and the combination of classic, folk, and modern art will put Kazakhstan among the big names on the world's Hall of Fame. And there you get a look at more of the figure skaters, and there a look at some of the aerial artists performing high up above the ice. Violinists.
You also do get a great view here of the audience using those colored lights to really light up the darkness around the stage. It almost looks like stars in a dark night.
Zarina Altanbayeva, the performer in the red gown, up on the one main stage up there. You get a look at her there.
She'll make her way down the stairs now onto the stage.
In the camera work, they're giving you a really good sense of all of what we're seeing in front of us here. Just multiple things going on all over the arena. Water fountains around the center. The grand piano now rising up. There you see Altanbayeva making her way across that pedal in the middle of the arena to be surrounded by the water fountains.
Figure skaters, I don't know if you caught that. All the girls were upside down, going in a circle there with the male figure skaters.
Әнді орындаған опера әншісі Зарина Алтынбаева және Славян базары музыкалық байқауының жеңімпазы Димаш Құдайберген.
Opera singer Zarina Altanbayeva and winner of the International Festival of Arts Slaviansky Bazaar in Vitebsk, Dimash Kudaibergenov.
Take a look at that performance again. Absolutely beautiful.
Время молодых. Активных и сильных духом. Поверь в себя, и ты сможешь превзойти все ожидания. Быть здоровым – это модно. Быть спортивным – это стильно. Расправь свои крылья. Награда ждет тебя. Откройся миру.
откроет для себя Универсиаду.
We are moving on to the winter portion of the show. You can get a good look at the mascot there, followed by a bunch of young skaters. Winter for Kazakhstan is maturity, a celebration of the results of hard work throughout the year. Kazakhstan has achieved many of its goals in the last 25 years, especially those achievements in sports. In unity and with strength, minds of Kazakhstan will strive for their next wins in the next 25 years. Get a good look there again of the mascot, the young falcon named Sunkar, who's chosen to be this year's mascot for the Universiade. He is a free and strong bird, lives in the Kazakh steppes, symbolizes speed, flight, lightness, energy, and a thirst for victory. They chose him precisely because he has the qualities that are inherent in these young athletes participating at this Universiade this year.
And the performers on stage and surrounding will be essentially acting out the various sports that are taking place here in Almaty at Universiade in 2017.
See if we can give some of these a guess. The biathlon is the one that's very telling.
Yeah, that one's pretty clear. There's a little bit of hockey in behind.
You can see some
them.
slap shots back there, throwing some rocks.
Speed skating, you have to take your pick, long track or short track.
There's cross-country skiing. You can see it in the background there. Now the performers on the ground. Again, you can kind of see that in the background.
Sports, as we've talked about off and on throughout the show: biathlon, alpine skiing, curling, speed skating, Nordic combined, cross-country skiing, ski jumping, snowboarding, figure skating, freestyle skiing, ice hockey, and short track speed skating.
Ерболат Құдайбергенов, Алмас Күшкенбаев, Камшат Жолдыбаева, Индира Еділбаева, және Айгерім Қалаубаева.
Dear friends, give it up for the stars of our show. Kayrat Nurtas, Yerbolat Kudaybergenov, Almas Kishkembayev, Kamshat Joldybayeva, Indira Yedilbayeva, and Aygerim Kalaubayeva.
Аса қадірлі елбасы, күллі қазақстандық жастардың атынан өзіңізге шексіз алғыс білдіруге рұқсат етіңіз. Универсиада сынды ірі спорттық доданы елімізде өткізу сіздің жастарға деген жан-жақты қолдауыңыздың, ұлт саулығына деген жанашырлығыңыздың, бастысы халықаралық аренадағы беделіңіздің арқасында мүмкін болып отыр. Бұл біз үшін үлкен мақтаныш, зор қуаныш. Алдағы күндері көк байрағымыз сан мәрте аспанда желбіреп, әнұранымыз әуелете асқақтайтынына сеніміміз мол. Себебі ұлы дала елі жеңімпаздардың мекені.
Your Excellency, Mr. President Nursultan Nazarbayev, we'd like to thank you on behalf of all young people of Kazakhstan. Hosting such a great sports event has been possible thanks to your support for youth, your concern for the health of nation, and of course, thanks to your credibility in the international arena. And we strongly believe that our national flag will be respectfully hoisted and our national anthem will be performed in the days to come, because the land of the great step is the land of the winners.
Сөз Қазақстан Республикасының президенті елбасы Нұрсұлтан Назарбаевқа беріледі.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give the floor to the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, His Excellency Nursultan Nazarbayev.
You see the reaction to the introduction of Kazakhstan President Nursultan Nazarbayev.
Қымбатты спортшылар мен жанкүйерлер. Бүгін
Today in the center of the great step,
салтанатты спорттың ұлы мерекесі. Санаулы
we celebrate a great event, a festival of sport. In a few moments, in the foothills of the snow-capped Almaty Mountains, the flame of the Universiade will be lit. The flame of this flagship competition will be seen by viewers across the world. This youth competition brings together over 2,200 athletes from 57 countries and thousands of technical officials and fans. Sport is a symbol of peace, friendship, cooperation, and goodwill. We welcome all participants of this competition to our hospitable Kazakhstan soil. The Universiade, which has the attention of the whole world, is a true competition of the power of youth and the starting point for great victories. It is a school of future Olympic champions. Shimbolak, the diamond crown of the Almaty Mountains, and Mediu, the forging ground of records, will introduce many new names to the world. This Winter Universiade is the first to be held in the Commonwealth of Independent States. This is a sign of the trust and respect shown to Kazakhstan by the 171 member states of the International University Sports Federation. In 2011, we successfully hosted the 7th Asian Winter Games. We have held many world championships and competitions in numerous sports disciplines. In the run-up to the Universiade, we completed the construction of new stadiums and an impressive athletes' village. All this is a great investment in our national sports infrastructure. I trust that our guests at this flagship competition will be fully satisfied with our hospitality and appreciate our beautiful nature. Dear guests of our country, dear participants, Kazakhstan welcomes all athletes and fans to our hospitable land. We have been preparing for this Universiade for more than 5 years. This path has made us stronger, united us around a common goal, and changed the face of the entire megapolis. We thank the International University Sports Federation and its president, Oleg Vasilyevich Matitsyn, for its support in the organization of the competition.
уважаемые
We
гости
thank
нашей
everyone who
страны,
participated in the
участники
preparation of our global
соревнований.
festival,
Казахстан
including our
приветствует всех
3,000
спортсменов,
volunteers.
болельщиков
In this
на нашей
stadium are representatives of
гостеприимной земле.
hundreds of leading
Ко
universities
дню
from around the
открытия
world.
Универсиады
There are future Olympians among
мы
you,
шли
future winners
более
of world
5 лет.
competitions.
Этот путь
There are
сделал
those who
нас
pursue
сильнее,
careers in economics,
сплотил
politics,
вокруг
and
общей
business.
цели,
Since the
изменил
first days
облик
of our independence, our
целого
country has been
мегаполиса
devoted to the values of
Алматы.
unity
Мы
and
благодарим
cooperation and aspired to a secure future for all. Through
Мы
sport,
благодарим
science,
за
and culture,
поддержку
we aim to
организации
communicate
турнира
Kazakhstan's formula of
Международную
tolerant
федерацию
development
студенческого
to every
спорта
continent.
и ее
For
президента
that reason, our
Олега
organizational
Васильевича
efforts have intensified with every passing day. And for
Мы
that reason,
говорим
we have
спасибо
built this
всем,
ice arena and the
кто
other venues for the
принимал
games
участие
with
в
such
подготовке
dedication.
этого глобального
Recently,
праздника, в
foreign
том
experts
числе
asked me, what if Almaty does not have snow this winter?
волонтеров молодым
I said,
казахстанцам.
no problem. We'll bring it from Astana. Kazakhstan has
На
enough
этом
snow and
стадионе
enough
сегодня
hospitality
собрались
for everyone.
посланники сотен
Almaty is
ведущих
already
вузов
setting
планеты.
undisputed records.
Мы уверены, что среди вас есть будущие олимпийцы, триумфаторы мировых соревнований. Есть и те, кто, конечно, свяжет свою карьеру после университета с экономикой, политикой или бизнесом. С первых дней независимости наша страна привержена идеалам единства, сотрудничества, устремленности, безопасное будущее.
For the first time in the history of Winter
Через спорт,
Universiades, we have
науку и
built an
культуру
athletes village.
мы
At the
хотим
same time, we are
донести
hosting the
до
most
каждого
economical and compact games ever.
континента
The
казахстанскую
investments that we have made will serve the
толерантности,
Kazakhstani people.
спокойствия
The
и
arenas will
развития.
become centers
Именно
attracting mass
поэтому
participation in sports. The athletes village will be transformed into a
ежедневно
new
нарастал
micro-district
темп
providing affordable
организаторских
social
работ.
housing
Именно
for more than
поэтому с таким
1,700
усердием
families.
строился этот ледовый дворец
The
и
Universiade will be
другие
broadcast on
объекты
43
игр.
channels in 80
Недавно
countries,
зарубежные
and it will be
эксперты
watched by
меня
over 1
спросили,
billion viewers.
ведь Алматы находится на юге.
So we can see that the
Зимой,
Universiade
если
has
не будет
spread its
снега,
wings
что
and
будете
is
делать?
ready for a
Я
historic
спокойно
start.
сказал, привезем из Астаны. Но, слава богу, снега в Алмате сейчас хватает.
Dear friends, it is
Будем
not a
надеяться,
coincidence that we
будет
put
снежные
forward
дни.
Almaty to host the Universiade. This is a
Almaty
city with a 1,000-year history, the cradle of our
Уже сейчас
independence,
ставит
where the new
безусловные
age of
рекорды.
Kazakhstan began.
Здесь впервые в истории проведения
Almaty
зимних
is a dynamic
универсиад
and modern city, a
построена
business hub,
атлетическая
and a
деревня.
driver of our
В то же
country's
время мы
economy.
проведем самые экономичные компактные
This is
игры.
a city of young
Инвестиции,
people,
вложенные
a
в этот
city of
проект,
students.
пойдет на благо
1/3 of all universities in Kazakhstan are located here.
Арены станут центром
137,000
притяжения для массового
students
спорта.
study here.
Атлетическая деревня превратится в новый
The legendary and
микрорайон,
beloved
доступным
Mediu ice rink
социальному
will
жилью
return to its
для
past glory
1700
and
семей
breathe in the
алматинцев.
atmosphere of grandiose
Универсиаду
competition.
покажут 43 телеканала в 80 странах. Ее аудитория составит более 1 миллиарда зрителей. Мы видим, что универсиада расправила
Shimbolek will
крылья,
shine like a diamond in the
готова
crown
к
of the
историческому
Zalevsky
старту. Дорогие
Alatau.
друзья, мы
The
не
Universiade
случайно
will be a
выдвинули
hymn
именно
to a healthy
Алматы
lifestyle.
для проведения
Its
этих
effect
игр.
will be like that of a
Это
state
город
program to
с
strengthen the health of the
тысячелетней
nation.
историей, колыбель независимости, потому что именно здесь, в Алматы, мы объявили
It is no
независимость нашей
coincidence that
страны.
prominent
Здесь
physiologist
началась
Angelo
новая эпоха
Masso said,
Казахстана.
sport can replace many medicines,
Алматы — это
but no
динамичный
medicine in the world
современный
can
город,
replace sport.
деловой центр и драйвер экономики страны. Это город молодых, город студентов. Здесь находится треть вузов Казахстана. Здесь обучается 137 тысяч студентов. Легендарный, всеми любимый каток Медеу обретет былую славу. В нем вдохнет атмосферу грандиозной борьбы. Шимбулак алмазом засияет в короне Заилийского Алатау. Универсиада станет символом здоровому образу жизни. Ее эффект можно сравнить с государственными программами по укреплению здоровья нашей нации. Не случайно выдающиеся ученые Анджело Мосса считал, спорт может заменить сотни лекарств, но ни одна таблетка в мире не способна заменить спорт. И это правда. Құрметті достар,
Dear friends,
Универсиада
let this flame
алауы
of the Universiade
әрбір
be a flame
спортшы
of friendship in the heart of every athlete and fan,
жүрегіне
and all the
жағылған
citizens of our
достық
nation.
шырағы болсын.
In this fair
Адал
competition,
сайыста
may the best athletes win.
тұлпардардың ғана мерейі үстем
I
болсын.
wish you all good luck
Бақтарыңыз
and good luck
келісіп,
to this sports
бақтарыңыз
festival,
жансын.
which has drawn the attention
Қазақстандық
of the whole
спортшылардан
world.
бүкіл Қазақстан жанкүйерлеріңіз әрине табыстар тілейді. Ең жоғарғы сапалы медальдарды қалайды. Әлем көз тіккен айтылу спорт мерекесі баршаларымызға құтты болсын. Рахмет.
Аса қадірлі елбасы, 28-ші бүкіл әлемдік қысқы универсиаданың елімізде
We have
өтуі
President
сіздің
Nursultan
арқаңыз.
Nazarbayev.
Сізге барша қазақстандықтардың атынан зор ризашылығымызды білдіреміз. Халықаралық студенттік спорт федерациясының президенті Олег
And
Матыцинге
now Oleg
сөз
Matitsyn, the
беріледі.
president
And we
of
give the floor
FISU,
to the president
will
of the
now speak
International
to bring
University
greetings
Sports Federation,
from the
Mr.
International
Oleg
University
Matitsyn.
Sports Federation.
Your Excellency, the President of Republic of Kazakhstan, Mr. Nursultan Nazarbayev. Dear honorable guests, dear athletes, we have the honor to witness the greatest event in the sport history of Kazakhstan. The people of Kazakhstan, guided by their president, have made incredible efforts to make the 28th Winter Universiade happen in the beautiful city of Almaty. The shiny sport venues are ready to hold the best student athletes of the world. And the freshly built Athletes Village offers unmatched living standards in the history of universities. The organizing committee has done a tremendous job. And today, a record number of participant nations and athletes have joined us in this fantastic arena. On behalf of FISU family, let me thank the President and the people of Kazakhstan and all those who contributed to this Universiade for your hard work and your commitment. Спасибо. Rahmet. I am convinced that heritage of the Universiade will be an important factor of the stability and well-being of Almaty for many years to come. It is not only the beautiful venues and record numbers that make the Universiade special. In the world that faces unprecedented division and uncertainty, the Universiade brings together young generations from different nations and different cultures who are united for their love for sport and their striving for excellence. Dear athletes, please know that you are not only representing your nation, your culture, your university. In equal measure, you are the true ambassadors of peace and unity, the true ambassadors of Olympism. Please remember this feeling to share it with your mates at home. Behave with dignity, compete in the good spirit of fair play. The sport and this unique Universiade experience will teach you the noble qualities and values that will help you to succeed in your life. Acting at the junction of sport and education, FISU is doing its best to help young people to acquire the qualities of tomorrow's leaders. The leaders not just in sports, but in businesses, academic life, community life. Being a proud member of the international sports family, we will continue to serve you in the best possible way. Similarly, we will work with International Olympic Committee and with all our partners from sports and higher education in searching the ways to overcome the crisis that shake the world of sports nowadays. The sport is one of the best inventions of the humankind, and we deserve to have it clean and fair. Dear athletes, I wish you the best of luck for the upcoming competition, and I wish all of us an excellent show. Kazakhstan, Alga! Alga, Almaty! Халықаралық студенттік спорт федерациясының президенті Олег Матыцинге алғыс айтамыз.
We'd like to express our sincere gratitude to the President of the International University Sports Federation, Mr. Oleg Matitsin. Thank you.
Құрметті ханымдар мен мырзалар,
There you have President Oleg
назарларыңызға
Matitsin.
Халықаралық олимпиада комитетінің президенті Томас Бах мырзаның бейне жолдауын ұсынамыз.
Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly present to your attention a welcome message video by Mr. Thomas Bach, the President of the International Olympic Committee.
Hello, Almaty. Hello, Almaty. Your Excellency, President Nazarbayev, dear President of FISU Oleg Matitsin, dear athletes, dear fans, dear friends, a very warm welcome to the 28th Winter Universiade in beautiful Almaty. Welcome to another great sporting event in Kazakhstan. The next days will be the time to make great memories. All the fans and participants will experience unforgettable moments on the snow and ice as you celebrate this Universiade. From my own experience of the Universiade when I was a student, you see, just a few short years ago, I know of the excitement that every athlete feels before the competition finally starts. So I wish all the athletes the very best. This is your time to shine in the sport you love. For many of you, this Universiade will be an important milestone for a future career in sport. Make the most of this unique experience. Spread your wings and you will achieve great things. Always compete in the spirit of friendship, respect, and fair play. Because being a true champion is about so much more than winning. It is about competing in the right way, always with excellence in mind and body. With this in mind, I wish you all a fantastic experience in beautiful Almaty. Enjoy the sports, give it your best in the competitions, and live the spirit of the Universiade. All the best to FISU, to you the athletes, and to you the wonderful people of Almaty.
Құрметті ханымдар мен мырзалар, Халықаралық студенттік спорт федерациясының жалауы.
Флаг Международной Федерации студенческого спорта.
The flag of the International University Sports Federation.
Le drapeau de la Fédération internationale de sport universitaire.
Now the FISU flag will make its way into the arena. The music of Chariots of Fire. Vangelis, an Academy Award winner back, I believe it was 1981. If I'm remembering correctly, that it won the Academy Award as Best Picture.
some important athletes carrying this FISU flag around the arena. We'll start off with Vasily Nikolaevich. He's a Kazakhstan biathlete, silver medalist at the Winter Universiade just in 2015 at Granada, and a multiple champion of Kazakhstan, bronze medal at the Asian Games in 2014. Along with him, Daulet Talatovich. He is another Kazakhstan athlete in cross-country skiing. He's a silver medalist of Kazakhstan Championship. He's a silver medalist at the World Junior Championships back in 2012, as well as champion of Kazakhstan, the gold medal in the sprint 2013, and also participated in the 2014 Sochi Olympic Games.
Also, Danyar Maratovich Yelasyusinov, who's a Kazakhstan amateur boxer champion of the Olympic Games back in Rio in 2016, a world amateur champion in 2013, and twice champion of the Asian Games back in 2010 and 2014. Dinara Ramazafanova Sabakasova, a Kazakhstan chess player, international grand master among women. Ekaterina Valeryevna Ayagova, Kazakhstan speed skater, participant in the Olympic Games in Vancouver in 2010 and 2014, world junior champion in the discipline of 500 meters. And Marian Davletovna Urdabayeva, the Kazakhstan judoist, two-time bronze medalist in the World Cup, bronze medalist in the European Cup, three-time bronze medalist in the Grand Prix, and bronze medalist in the Asian Games in 2014. And she competed this summer in Rio.
Last but not least, Adilet Malikovic. He is a Kazakhstan athlete in wrestling, bronze medalist of Kazakhstan in 2015, silver medalist Kazakhstan Championship in 2016, and silver medalist at the World Championships in 2016. Will now stand for the
of the
FISU
International
anthem.
University Sports Federation.
L'hymne officiel de la Fédération internationale du sport universitaire.
Guadayamas Higatur, the anthem for the International University Sports Federation. And one interesting thing about Universiade, unlike other major sporting international multi-sport competitions, is that gold medalists do not get to hear their own anthem, they hear Guadayamas Higatur at each medal ceremony. Now the oath of athletes. Aiza Mambakova of Kazakhstan
Miss
and
Aiza
Valiev
Mambekova,
Askar,
a
a
figure
judge.
skater who will represent Kazakhstan at this
So-
Winter Universiade.
Mambekova will represent the athletes.
On behalf of all student athletes, I promise that we shall take part in the Universiade, respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them. committing ourselves to a sport without doping and without drugs, in a true spirit of sportsmanship, fair play, for the glory of our countries, for the honor of our teams, and for the achievement of international university sports movement. Thank you. Good luck.
28-ші бүкіләлемдік қысқы универсиада жарысында шаңғы спортынан төрешілік жасайтын Валиев Асқар Қазбекұлы ант береді.
The floor is now given to the 28th Winter Universiade ski sports judge and official, Mr. Askar Waliyev, to take his oath.
In the name of all the judges and officials, I promise that we shall officiate this Universiade with complete impartiality, respecting and abiding all the rules which govern them, in true spirit of sportsmanship. Good luck, friends.
Құрметті ханымдар мен мырзалар, 28-ші бүкіләлемдік қысқы универсиада алауын қарсы алайық.
Мы приветствуем огонь 28-й Всемирной зимней универсиады 2017.
We will now welcome the torch of the 28th Winter Universiade 2017.
Bienvenue à la flamme d'Universiade.
Now the torch relay, and the video being shown here in the arena will demonstrates how far and how many parts of the country that it covered.
You get a quick glimpse of it in the corner there if you were looking hard enough.
And it is meant to represent cities that touch on all the regions across Kazakhstan. So from Uralsk, Yekaterina Akeksievna, an honored master of sports in the ROK and women's wrestling, bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Rio. From Aktobe, Aybek Borasuli, international master of sport in swimming, second place at the ROK Summer Spartiate and second place at the ROK Open Championship.
From Akdao, Abdulbek Sabitovic, the silver medalist at the Olympic Games of 2012, silver medalist again at the 2016 Olympic Games, and finalist at the 2013 World Champion, also the champion of the 2014 Asian Games and 2015 Asian Games. From Atrio, Nazim